Hello everyone, thanks for clicking on this video. If this is your first time here seeing me, my name is Alaina Barbagiovanni. If you want to see how I created my natural everyday makeup look, then just keep watching. I just cleansed my face and put on moisturizer, and I'm just putting on some lip balm now. This is by Omorovicza, and this is great just to keep the lips nice and moisturized throughout the makeup process. So when you're ready for your lipstick or whatever, your lips will be all ready. For foundation, I'm using the Kosas Tinted Skin Facial Oils. And this foundation is one of my favorites for a natural look, especially for like an everyday natural look, because it has medium coverage. It goes on like skin. So I kind of just rub it into my fingers and pat that in. I'm gonna use a beauty blender too, but I always love warming up the product with my fingers and then applying it to my face as if it's like another moisturizer almost. But I always like keeping the skin fresh, as natural looking as possible. I have been experiencing maskne. Like this video if you are also experiencing that. It's freaking horrible because I actually went on Accutane like 2 years ago to get rid of this acne that I had. I was 21, 20, hormonal acne that was just like super bad, and I had to go on that, and I got rid of it and my skin was amazing. And now we have to wear masks in sweaty freaking studios while working. I understand like the mask, but my skin is not loving it. I'm not loving it. It is what it is, but it's real. It's unfortunate. It's out there, and yeah. Okay, I am mixing shades 4 and 6 because I can't find 5, but usually I'm just like 5. But I love mixing foundations anyway. I'm literally just pressing this foundation into my skin. It doesn't even, I don't feel anything. It doesn't even feel like a foundation. And now I'm getting my damp beauty blender, and I am just going to blend that all into the skin, bringing it a little down to the neck and cover my problem areas. I want it to look super light, but I want the coverage to still be there, which is kind of tricky sometimes when you have these breakouts and you have to like use a little coverage. So concealer, I was just going in with Nars in Macadamia, but a really nice full coverage concealer I like is Becca, and this one is in Caramel, and I'm just kind of dotting over my little problems on my cheek. And for underneath my eyes, I'm just doing a touch of Honey Concealer, Custard on top of that, and then just on the center of my face. I'm really excited to finally be filming and posting on here. It's October 13th. I moved out during this whole thing. I've been waiting to move out since I was a kid. Not like it was bad, but I've just been waiting to move out and just to have my own place and just everything. So the holidays are coming up and all I want to do is decorate. Just get to be excited. Okay, coverage is looking good. I think I want to touch more under my eyes. You know, sometimes we all don't get that sleep we need. So I am using Honey again, which has a pinky undertone, which is great for canceling out any darkness, especially under the eyes. But you want to make sure to brighten it back up so there's not like a pinky, you know, little thing. So I'm just going to dab Custard on top of that again, just really focusing in the inner corner. I'm going to take a brush. This is a Real Techniques, and it's like a powder brush, but honestly, I love it for softly blending out concealer or foundation or cream contour. Just kind of softens everything. Doing it again with this one. I have super dark inner corner, so I kind of just get my brush and like go right in there. I get my eyelid too. There's so many veins on my eyelids. You can still see them with coverage, but that's good. That's all good. We don't want it to be like streaky under here. I just want to kind of just blend it out naturally, and then I will go in with Disque and just blend that out. Creasing under the eye is almost inevitable. The skin under your eyes are so sensitive that no matter what kind of product you'll put in there and with powder, there will be like a creasy line. But there are ways throughout the day or when you see it happening just to like, you could just tap it out, and also when you set under your eyes, it's important not to use too much powder. Now I'm just lightly setting my whole face with Mercier setting powder, not really brushing the brush against my face, just kind of patting. I love this powder because it doesn't completely mattify the face. It still leaves that glow that we want from underneath. And then I just put like maybe just a little on my eyelids. All right, now that the whole face is set, brows need to be brushed up. When I do fill in my brows, it just almost looks a little too much. So unless I have like a really intense eye on, I'll do something with my brows. But on a normal day basis, I put the Benefit gel, which just gives it a little color, gives a little hold to the brow. I kind of just shape them how I want, like when I'm doing it. Okay, hello. For contour, I am using Hoola Lite. It is such a great color, especially if you don't like a heavy contour. It's so light and natural. Just placing it right below my cheekbone, a little like kind of on top of it, just so it gives the illusion that I have higher cheekbones. And I like to look straight in the mirror when I do this too, because I can really see like what I'm doing and the difference. A little bit on the jaw, just like that, and a little bit on the forehead. I have a tiny little forehead, so I'm not gonna do too much, or else it's just gonna give the illusion that I have even a smaller forehead. So with my contour shade, whatever I am putting on my face on a natural day, I also just pop on my eyes. Everything just kind of flows more. Maybe put the bronzer in your crease, it just matches. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm just using a fluffy crease brush. This is by Patrick Ta Beauty. His brushes are so soft. They blend everything super easily. And so I'm doing this while my eyes are open, so I can see, like I said, so I can see what I'm doing. Also bringing that and doing a subtle nose contour, and then I just kind of put it over here a little bit to shorten my nose. And if you really look at your eyes, they're different. Like my eyes, different. So this eyelid holds a lot more than this one. So when I do makeup, I make it look like my crease is, how do I say this? My crease naturally is right here in this eye, but on this eye, it's like in here. But for it to show, I have to kind of put it a little above my crease. By doing that, it will help even out the look of my eye. This is one of my favorite highlighting palette. I use blush in here, I use the bronzer, the highlight's gone. That just, I don't know where that happened, but I used a lot of it. This palette, I'm gonna pick up the bronzer, and this is so pretty. It literally just gives like a sun-kissed glow to the skin. I used to be scared to use these because they were super shimmery, like they're like a highlighting palette, but it's stunning. So I usually just throw this on top of the Hoola Lite for a little more intensity of the contour, but still super natural. I will also go in with this bronzer shade into my eye. Bronzy little eye. I'm also going to be taking the Hoola Lite and this Dior bronzer shade underneath on my lower lash line. I also love doing a lower shadow too, because doing this is also a nice trick to help with the look of fine lines under your eyes. It'll just look like there's a little natural shadow there, and that way you don't have to really worry about that creasing over there. You don't really need concealer super high up in here because you're just going to put shadow anyway. Okay, and then I'm also doing the Dior one too. The drop shadow is just really pretty. Now for blush, I am going to be using Patrick Ta She's Seductive. It's one of my favorite blushes. And then I'm just going to use this Morphe brush again. Just like a flat, could be like a blush brush or a contour brush. I also used it for powder, multi-purpose brush. I'm just placing this right on top of my apples, the apple of the cheeks, and I'm also going to blend it a little bit into my contour, just creating very smooth transitioning to the blush, just creating like a nice transition when you mix the blush a little bit into the contour and then bring it back on the apples of the cheeks. And I kind of just also run it through like over my face. I just really like that natural flushed look. That natural flushed look. I love blush on the nose, love it on the chin. I honestly treat it like a bronzer. I'm gonna put that in my eye as well. And this I'm just gonna kind of brush over, not really focusing it in my crease, honestly, just kind of placing it on the lid of my eye and just dragging it outward a little bit. I might run it through under here a little bit. I usually put on two blushes, I don't know why. So I'm also adding Warm Soul by MAC. This is just gonna go right on top of the cheeks. bit on the nose. And this has little like highlights in it too, so this is also going in the eye, all over the eye. Also gonna make sure that warm sole is right underneath my eyes as well. After my blush and bronzer, I just like to go back in with my beauty blender and just to melt everything together. I'm just getting some powder and I'm lightly, not really baking, but I am lightly like carving underneath my cheekbone with this powder. Okay, so my camera cut again. I only have lashes and lips. A little trick that I like to do is just put some translucent powder on my lashes, curl them. So cool. It's just like a little thing that I've just always done is I put some liner on my top waterline. Might seem scary, but I think because I've been doing it for so long, it doesn't bother me, but it just really will like thicken up your lash line. I haven't tried this mascara in years and I recently just rebought it. It's the Telescopic mascara by Loreal. Great for length, and honestly, I think it's great for volume too. And for lips, last but not least, I like a really natural lip. Love the Patrick Ta liners for natural, and I'm going in with She's Proud. Just kind of overlining it just a little bit, blending it out with my finger. Okay, of course there were some technical difficulties at the end of the look. I just finished my lip. On top of my lips, I just added Patrick Ta She's Confident, and I just rubbed it in on the back of my hand and just I'm just gonna finish off this look with just a touch more blush. So this is the finished look. Thanks to everyone who clicked on this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I can't wait to be doing more videos like this. I'll be posting every week.